Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good afternoon, and welcome to a bit of Pillars of Eternity. Where today, I think we're just going to do a bit more stuff in Defiance Bay. I don't know how much of the main quest we actually can progress. But yeah, we'll try, and we'll just do little bits and pieces, and hopefully it'll give me more time to talk about things. So, I can't actually remember where I know we meant to come in here, but what are we actually doing in particular? Let's have a look. I know it would have been like a side quest. A clandestine cargo, maybe? Wouldn't be stolen scroll, wouldn't be that. Ah, yes, street thugs are attacking prostitutes and clients in the assaulting mast. So, we believe it's these ones. Aoife wears a defiant expression and turns, and a steady yet battered suit of armour. She seems to bear each scratch and ding with pride. You don't look like one of the knights. Can I help you with something? I'm here about the trouble at the salty nest. Ordinary kith are angry, as they should be with the crooked old mower toadied up to the nobles. She sneers. She's using the tragedy of Wideman's legacy to line her pockets. She's no better than the Adherent overlords we drove out 200 years ago. Rational, too. Now, you're a logical sort. Mayor's made it only so far, made it so only the rich can afford her establishment. Yet she sits in the poorest district in Defiance Bay. What do you think's going to happen? If taking matters into her own hands, which is the real criminal here, why do you tell her to back down? Mayor might be making a fortune, but her employees aren't. You're hurting them even more. I hadn't thought of it that way. Her dulled, pauldron sag. And I guess there's no point to this, is there? She looks at the thugs standing around her and finally nods. Tell Maya we'll leave her people alone. It's interesting because in the combat zone, we can loot the place.
Good day to you.
We have an understanding about the brothel, right? Is there something else? So it appears as though that because this person's taking money from those who could afford her services, they're worth attacking, but no, that's not the case.
Life of a traveler. So many ruins to uncover, places to see.
Indeed. Though after 5 years, I'll be ready for a break.
It is true. You have been at it far longer than I. Where will you go next, when you have all the world to choose from?
Home, of course.
I do like the companion dialogue. It really is a shame there's so little of it. And the voice acting is good. I just wish it wasn't as inconsistent as it often is. Let's go inside and draw this Maya.
Gods keep you.
I told the ringleader. She's agreed to leave you alone. Well, that's a welcome surprise, and one worth celebrating. Take some coppers and enjoy yourself. And if you choose to have your fun here, enjoy my special discount. So, Defiance Bay Manor Positive. You go ahead, really. I'll just wait by the bar with a glass of something that kills disease. Any of your regulars interested in making some coin? Okay, so that's not actually soliciting in that regard. It's actually hiring adventurers. You can stay in a bed. Let's rest up. Quest completed. Supply and demand. A surprise, but pleased if you give me a discount at the brothel. Okay. And the game has crashed. There we go. Tax is collected. We lost 681 to bandits at Caed Nua. But now we can upgrade our fortress. We will actually do the endless levels of Caed Nua. So it's like that's a mega dungeon. Very awesome. Well, what are we gonna do? So we need a Bailey and the Western Barbican and the main keep. So what are we going to construct next? Ah, that's finished in a day and 11 hours. So there's not much point to doing that just yet. Lion's tulips. Let's start here.
Well met.
What'll it be? Are any of your regulars looking for work? What can you tell me about this place? Just an eyebrow. Every foreign sailor and visiting villager knows about the Salty Mast. It's the most famous brothel in Defiance Bay. You want to know more? Just ask Maya. Okay, so that's the same thing. I do have food though. I can't buy those yet because I'm already full up. Let's buy food. Wade. Wade's eyes are red-rimmed and unfocused. He stares into a filthy mug as he searches for something. He shivers and takes another drink. Mate 16 grabbed Wade by the collar. I'm going to be trying diplomatic. What do you want from me? Your son is dead. Darren was defending one of the women from a couple of thugs. Seems to stare through you. Why? My boy died while I was here. Otter, my wife. She always said I'd come to no good, but I never thought. That can't be changed now. You have to decide to move forward enough. No, I'm not going to be stoic. I'm going to be honest. You need to tell Otter what happened. What's the use? Our son's dead. She'll never have me back. This is where I belong. Just leave me alone.
Gods keep you.
From around here, are ya? The woman's voice rolls with a saucy cadence of Vondra's gift. You need a local girl to show you the highlights. Lucky for you, I'm one of them. You're a local girl or a highlight? Both gorgeous. What else can you do with that clever thing of yours? And what local attractions would you recommend? I'd rather show than tell. That's actually ironic, considering that that's not what Obsidian are doing with this game. You will come to know that they love to tell rather than show. Yeah. You will find that like a lot of this story, a lot of the most interesting stuff in this game, you're not a part of. It's a criticism I have throughout the entirety of the game. I'm having fun with it, but you have to understand that a lot of the most interesting events you never see, you're not involved in. In fact, I think there might be one later where you sort of, I think, have a vision of the past and actually get to see one of the most important events. But otherwise, no. A lot, and I appreciate as well that in a game where the game is bigger than you, you're not like you might be the hero of this particular story, but there have been other heroes and other stories. This world is still going on with or without you. The world doesn't really care that you're the Watcher. Yeah? You're not that important in the grand scheme of things. I like stories like that. However, I think that works better for a group experience like D&D, rather than this one where it's like, it's a single player experience. I'm the sole participant. And I'd kind of like to be a bit more involved. It's why I actually prefer a lot of the side quests in this game to the main stuff. Don't care about the main stuff all that much compared to the side content. Same with Skyrim. Like, I think the Dragonborn and the dragons are an active disservice to Skyrim when the Stormcloak Rebellion is so much more interesting. And if the money put into doing that, all the other stuff, was put into that, and we even look into the Forsworn and the Thalmor, that'd be amazing. That's a story I would love to play through. But that's not the one we got. Who knows, maybe there's modded content. Old drunken. His robes are torn and stained with vomit. He turns his eyeless face towards... I don't know why I did that then. His eyeless face towards you, wiping his mouth. Come for a story. His speech is slurred, and his voice ragged. I told all the best stories. It's my club anyway. You need help. Do not. He shakes a finger in your face. I am the most experienced member of a club for refined and prestigious gentlemen. He prods his shoulder. I never need help. I just need... He falls silent for a few seconds. The ring. He shoves a ring into your hand. I have to have that to get into the lounge, he hiccups. They don't just let anyone in, you know. He wipes his hand on his shredded robe. It's the most exclusive club on Defiance Bay. He slaps you on the back. Whatever you do, don't tell me you knew, or... He turns away, overcome by a fit of raving. Well... I don't think getting into the club is that easy. But yeah, it might be interesting to actually see what is there. There's the cook back here as well. Patrons and the artisans work up a fierce appetite, if you know what I mean. Keeps me busy. Yeah, like it's like there's not many games where I'm like, no, the main story's crap. I'd actually rather just follow the other stuff. No, it's not often, and even then, like, it's not bad. In fact, it's often usually a compliment to the writing of the side content that could very easily be overlooked or not cared for. Nice ring, you may enter. Oh, nice. So, Jason and Vincent Dwellier. So, remember, Essie, you have the exclusive club equipment. Show me your stock. I've been collecting the finest equipment for over a decade. I guarantee you won't find a superior collection. Spectacular speed. Well, they're not kidding. Oh, look at that. And like an ivory pistol. Evil Black Arquebus. Da Così Palladini. Sort of inclined. Lysandra's Blade. Very nice indeed, and all too rich for my blood, unless I've got stuff in my stash, which I do. Let's sell it all. So the thing is that, like, I will say this for pillars. They do a very good job. Oh, nice. Pistol. I like you, actually. In fact, no, I won't. I will... sell it again. So Pillars of Eternity has a great system wherein basically I don't need that many fine robes, if I'm honest. It has a system wherein I say it's not even like a system as such, it's just like these items, like every blessed plate is the same. The only upgrade for it is either enchanting it, like so, to make it fine or exceptional, superb or legendary, giving it attribute bonuses or whatever, and all that sort of thing. You have to enchant it yourself, but that's costly. And honestly, like I don't think until like higher difficulties it's really gonna be worth anyway. So yeah. I'm trying to think who needs what weapons. I don't know if there's many characters that really need any of these. Fine greatsword. I don't need a fine greatsword. A small shield's not good enough. Fine stiletto would be good for a rogue. Do I need another fine greatsword so I can sell those? And this is how we make our money. I don't need great quarterstaffs. I did 2 fine spears. You only really need like one each. In fact, I don't know if I know any characters that are going to use 2 of those. With the shawl, that's good. Scrolls are not worth much. So there's going to be any books that are worth a fortune, is there? I'm going to keep those wolf pelts. Might come in handy. I'm going to sell any food or any ingredients or anything like that because I might need those. Now, can I actually afford any weapons? No. Maverick. 2-handed pistol, okay. Fail piercing. This deflection, 6 damage resistance, bypass, that's really good. +4 accuracy. +15 damage. Scuff and Daku's evil black arquebus. Lots of damage there. In fact, okay, let's have a look. I might keep that just to give to another character. Don't need another fine dagger. Ah, pistol there. I don't. Sell the grimoires. I don't think there's anything else I can sell at the moment that's gonna. Okay, what about now? Crate's Remorse. 200 Morning Star. The Big Brotherhood of the Mace. The Big Brother of the Mace, I like that. Crooked Bee Bow, hello. Let's click Sagani. Take that and let's compare it. So they're both fast, it's got range of 1 extra meter. It does slightly more damage. Piercing and crush damage. Accuracy versus deflection, okay. 8 accuracy. Plus 30 damage. That could actually do me some good. What else have we got? Palax, Great Sword. I'm looking for like a 1-handed sword, maybe. Rapier. So weak at. Okay, so it's faster. There's less piercing damage. It's fast. It's quite fast though. No, I think the sword that we've got is actually quite fun. What else is there? Because I benefit from using like maces, so what about this? Okay, so it's not actually going to show me what my... It's not great, but it's not bad either. Pike Jaw Rod. Oh, that's 200. Sort of pretty. But what, sorry? 1724, slashing damage to... Ooh, that's really good. I like that. Kana, what does Kana use? Because he uses the arquebus. So, same range, interrupt. Veil piercing. It's the same. Plus 4 accuracy and 15 damage. It's probably cheaper just to enchant that anyway. Increase its accuracy, increase its damage. Upgrade it to fine. We have fine arquebus. Because it's particularly good at slaying other things. Maverick. Extremely slow. Very slow. Or range. It does need that range though. Yeah, it's not worth paying that much for upgrades that I can make elsewhere. Yeah, okay, I'll leave the loot for now. Ah, and here we have the name of people who are in the Club of Refined and Prestigious Gentlemen. So these will be other Kickstarter backers, I imagine. Perhaps even more. Actually, Guild Blading Lawn, capable of smiting any foe dead with a single blow. Broken in the Battle of Tower.
Well?
Okay, so if we want to see Sorrel, we've got to pay. So, might be worth it. Because I want to know what's so special.
Hello.
It's now 500 coins. We'll do that. Okay. So if I'm not mistaken, this person might have a quest for me. Like, I'm just gonna walk in. What's the fox doing?
Hello.
Hello, stranger. It is rather warm. Oh. Right. Sorrel's boon.
Welcome.
Back again. Right. I want to check something. Is there an achievement for visiting everybody here? I doubt there is. Unless I've already done it. Which also wouldn't put it past me. So yeah, so we got a buff. Which will probably go away on the next rest or when we next go to. Great.
This elder of yours, he may have returned a drunk or an invalid.
Maybe. But the search for Persock is just as important as what I find.
Right, I'm looking at these other parts of this crystal, I think it's called. Clandestine cargo. washed around into the shallows around the docks. So I'm guessing that because it's daylight and the tide's out, it might be easier to find them. Yep, can I, like, inspect that? No. Never mind. Okay, waiting. I'm back, sorry to keep you waiting. So, let's keep looking around. While we are looking for this, a bit of gaming news. So it's a bit of a weird one. But Frogwares... Oh. Oh, of course, yes, the animated armor. Ray and Blight. Oh, there's actually quite a lot there. And it's doing a lot of damage. Right. Alright, I need to get to range. Use Holy Radiance. Let's use Crucible of the Soul. Let's use that as well. So... yeah, so a bit of gaming news. The Sinking City, a game developed by Frogwares and published by Nacon. It was embroiled in a sort of strange legal feud for about a year or two, maybe even longer than that, and basically about the rights. And now Frogwares developers actually have the rights. Now your first instinct is obviously to, root for the developers. But in this case, it just seems really weird because Nacon actually I don't particularly like Nacon, but they it's been desperate and inexperienced. Well, given the animated armor, I'd say desperate. Yeah. But Nacon, they're a publisher that people have worked with in the past just fine, and Frogwares haven't. And they've called foul play a few times in the past, so it's I don't think everything was quite right here. Evidently, it's all been set. I think what happened was, they just settled out of court. Just completely unbothered by all of this. I need to get a lot out of that. I can't because everyone's in the way. So, muscles come to the bricks and flanks, their shell sharp enough to cut flesh. Yeah, muscles, horrible. They do horrible damage to whales and turtles. I have great respect for the volunteers who clean them up. and they like rescue them, and they can weigh ships down considerably. So it makes them less fuel efficient. Yeah. But I think as well they do actually clean the water as well. I think they are great at like cleaning up the water. So I think a Martel was he over here. There we go, so if we just go up here, we'll save the game. But yeah, so yeah, Frogwares, I'm happy for them. It's been resolved, but I don't think everything is as it seems. And not to mention as well, they were selling the game, or, you know, like a DRM-free version of the game, which had more content than the Steam version that Nacon pulled off and re-uploaded without the DLC.
Good day to you.
So yeah, so now it's kind of like damage control for Frogwares. They've had to clean up the situation that's been left over. It's a pretty decent Lovecraftian horror game. One of the best spiritual successors to like you know, his sort of Lovecraft works, and lots of obvious references as well. It really is like the it's almost like what the League of Gentlemen is to Lovecraft in a way, where they have lots of different references, and like it's almost like a multiverse, like the Warner brother. No, was it Warner Brothers Cinematic Universe? You know, the original like Hammer horror sort of stuff. Yeah. But they try to do it for Lovecraft, and it's okay. It's okay. Is this about the broken sectors? Yes, 3 pieces. Even you got past those armored monsters. I don't know how. Listen, if you're willing, I'll give you this last piece. And the name of the one who'll buy it all. All I want is £200 for the cargo. Is that fair? I can get... Yeah, I'll take... reputation hits if I do that. You want £200 for locking the rest of your crew in the hold of a sinking ship. Look, I'll have 100. Just trying. Yeah, 100. I want to go to Brackenbury Sanitarium at Van Nans. She'll know more about this artifact. I know for a fact she's bought them for her before.
Yes.
Okay.
Hail and well met.
So we can do that. We've got so much stuff. This is mostly just our own characters. So the stronghold as well. 1 day and 6 hours. We've got a lot of time to kill. Let's check in here as well. So how long can I record for now? I think I've got another 2 hours.
Good day to
Maybe
you.
even 3 at most, I'd say. Welcome. This is your first visit to the Valian Trading Company, is it not? Please, let me know how I can assist you. What is this place? The Valian Trading Company is an association of merchants from the Valian republics. We oversee trade dealings and negotiations on behalf of our merchants. This is our warehouse, where we store goods in transit. You have more business to discuss? Okay. I am the assistant manager of this warehouse. Currently I help Vizano run things, but I'll take over when he retires. Or when the company bosses come back home and decides for new management. She rolls her eyes. Farewell. Okay, this is where cargo is kept. Oh, yes, I'll just...
Keep an eye out.
There we are. No, I don't want to camp. Where did I see those crates moving? Where's Vizano? A man stands at the corner of the warehouse directing traffic. Gems wink from the many rings on his fingers as he points and waves to the labourers. His silk clothes, though finely embroidered, aren't new. You notice a couple of mended seams around the shoulders, a discreet patch on one elbow.
Gods keep you.
He sees you. He throws his arms wide and expansive welcome. Greetings! You have come to the warehouse and headquarters of the Valiant Trading Company. He consults a pocket watch. Some of the gold filigree is chipped away. But you are late. I sent word to the expedition hall yesterday. This delivery cannot wait. What's the delivery? Takes his beard. I must assume, then, that you are not from the company I contacted the expedition hall. But you are here, and they are not. It is a bag of bitter squash seeds, which are prized for their medicinal properties. Few merchants in Defiance Bay will deal with them, but those who do know their value. Seems simple enough, why not ask me? A frown distorts his meticulous goatee. My own couriers have been robbed and beaten these past weeks. It seems they know some of my competitors resent my success. In any case, you are not a known associate. You will be left alone, and if not, you can handle yourselves. As for your integrity, I suppose I'll just have to trust you, as you will have to trust my assurances that you won't find a buyer outside my contract. I'll do it. Excellent. Now deliver this package to a man named Gareth at the Goose and Fox in Copper Lane. He knows what to do with it. Return to me when you are done, I shall see to your payment. But deliver the package now. Business such as this is best concluded quickly. Who is the feathered woman? Ah, you must be Pelagina. She is a paladin of the employ of the Avilian embassy. She's a good soldier, but not so good at taking orders. Too hot a temper, I'm afraid. She seems angry. He laughs again. That is no surprise. She is hot-headed. A woman in a brotherhood of paladins, and touched by the gods in an unusual way. So else I can help you with, or shall I return to my business? What do you do here? I'm a merchant of the Command Sands, the fairest of the Valiant republics. Here in Defiance Bay, I run the Valiant Trading Company. He gestures at the sack crates. We ship cargo to and from the republics. We are part of the grandest mercantile organization in the world. In the world? Excuse me, in the world? The Germans. In the world. Anything you can imagine, we can ship it. For a fee. Let's know more about the Valiant Trading Company. We are a confederation of merchants and traders from the republics. He looks proudly around the warehouse. We sell all manner of goods and equipment, and for years we've enjoyed fruitful contracts with many shops, inns, armorers throughout Defiance Bay. His smile flickers. Is something wrong? It is nothing. Only that the competition has grown especially fierce in recent months. But I suppose this is to be given good and lazy, as the locals call it. Okay. So there are things we can break into, but we shouldn't. So we'll see about that another time. Maybe when it's night and there's fewer guards.
Your brother, did you and he get along?
We got along how brothers do. He used to throw water on me to wake me up in the morning.
My own brothers and sisters are doing very well for themselves, back in Tekoa. I don't know that they'd search for me if I were killed so far from home.
Brothers can be funny. I bet you'd be surprised how far they'd go.
Ah. The Animancy hearings. This will be important. It's something we'll have to get involved in later. But for now, let's keep going. And so far what we've seen of Animancy isn't particularly impressive. We've seen it in Redrick's castle. Skinflint. Let's read his soul. Let's do one of these. You see an older dwarf. Sorry. I know I can't criticize. You see an older dwarf counting coins behind a grimy shop window, hair limp with grease and sweat, a sneer playing round the edge of his pinched mouth. The bargains of the day lie scattered across the table, from tarnished tawdry jewellery to an encrusted dagger lying precariously near the edge. His half nose twitches in anticipation as a customer enters, a dishevelled young noble, once white to blood, stained with the life gone wrong. eyes dart behind him, searching for pursuit, before he dumps the contents of his Hessian bag on the table. The dwarf leans forward, fingers flicking through the silverware and assorted goblets. He shakes his head emphatically, sneer fully settled, shoving the items back at the man. The man begs, pleads, eyes rolling panicked in their socket, asking for something, anything, a few silvers. The dwarf leers and tosses 3 copper pans on the table. Desperate, the young noble tears a signet ring from his finger. The dwarf's ill-concealed delight. A few more coins go into the pile, and the defeated man, swearing stitches under his breath, exits the shop. The venerable dwarf grins at his good fortune, picking food out of his 2 sharp teeth as he examines the haul. I genuinely have to wonder how many people actually bothered reading these. I think this is one of the sort of things, it's like, I said before, I don't care much for the whole thing of, like, being a watcher, and how I'm more interested in the Hollowbone Crisis than much else going on in the game. But yeah, it's interesting as well that, like, you sort of see Merwold and how his abilities as a watcher have affected him, and how his soul, how he can read his soul, his past lives, and all this sort of thing. It's like, is it that big a threat to me? I don't quite know. Like, I haven't seen any evidence of it happening to me yet, so why should I be bothered? Especially when I'm better armed than Merwold seemed to be. The solitary man paces back and forth, taking short, hobbled steps. His gaze is distant, and beneath it are the dark rings of many restless nights. He appears to be having a conversation with someone who isn't there. The way you fought, cutting down 2 at a time. Shit, what a victory you and I. Who are you talking to? The man looks up at you, startled. Oh, why the flame? For just a moment, and I thought I heard her. He puts his hand on his chest, catching his breath. What troubles you? Just the memories of my youth in the North Watch Rangers. Trials and adventures from a lifetime ago. Of late, the memory of lost battles and fallen friends has been especially vivid. Tell me more about these memories. It's been nearly 60 years. We were known throughout the Deerwood then. We thought we'd adventure together, collecting coppers and inspiring songs. The wrinkles around his eyes deepened. Then, Novus and slowly faced Helig of Thane. He was a wizard whose experiments in necromancy left a trail of bodies, some reanimated, from Solace Vale to Midwood. We tracked him as he fled towards the Valiant Republics, catching him just west of the Lake of Drowned Tombs. We were fools. Seasoned as we were not prepared for his foul magic. Our numbers were nothing against his power. A wiser man would have ordered a retreat. Not me. By some curse of the gods, I was knocked out, and when I awoke, my rangers, my Rowena, they were all dead. He holds empty air in his arms. Who is Rowena? My friend, my comrade in arms, and my love. We'd planned to adventure together until we grew old enough to settle down and enjoy our fortunes. Young as we were, we couldn't imagine anything that would tear us apart. I know this sounds like an old man's madness, but I hear her, a voice just over my shoulder, calling to me in my dreams. At night, I see her wandering the catacombs beneath the city, trying to escape. Foolish as it sounds, I can't shake the idea that she's somewhere down there, waiting for me. I ventured below, but it damn near cost me my life. He hesitates. I half the warrior I was in my youth. I'd search every grave and rat hole. As it stands, I'm stuck with this feeble body and the agonizing motion that my love is somewhere down there beyond my help. I'll search the catacombs for a sign for Rowena. Tears spring to the old man's eyes. There's an entrance just southwest of here, on the other side of the canal. You truly are a gift from the gods. If there's anything you can find of her. Well. Looks like we're going about this way then. Yeah, it's like I just don't feel like I'm quite appreciating the threat of the madness that comes with being a watcher. Maybe I haven't read enough Souls yet, but it's like, if you weren't for the Kickstarter backers, what actually would the watcher be doing, you know? What would the protagonist look like? Initiate. As he approached the dead man, you could feel the faint traces of his soul lingering, a stunned uncertainty holding it in place. When you near without warning, the soul hurries towards you, as you are the solitary light in the dank glow of this place to come to usher it away. Its essence invades your consciousness. You're in a different body now, walking deeper into the catacombs, cloaked in a dark robe with a mask pulled over your face. You're following a familiar path along the canal, heading to a room built around a statue of a figure wearing a robe much like yours. Others await, clothed in hoods and shadows. Ahead is another figure dressed like you, travelling in the same direction. You don't know his name, and that's how it's supposed to be. Out of the darkness, something monstrous grabs the other figure. You turn to flee, but find yourself face to face with the troll. The panic pounding through your brain is interrupted by razor-edged claws and teeth. You snap yourself out of the dead man's memory. The corpse lies on the damp and grimy ground. His hood and mask are missing and his clothes are shredded. Never far from the Queen, okay. Who boy? Says we're getting past the century as well as well. So this is actually going to benefit the... Okay. So, this is part of the main quest. We'll come back here at some stage. But, so we've learnt that there is a disguise to get past some of the Leaden Key sentries in the Temple of Woodica. Josh Sawyer, the lead behind this game, actually had some really interesting points about like how he was, like he would have made this game different if it weren't backed by Kickstarters. If it wasn't backed by people on Kickstarter. And the thing is that, yeah, you're either beholden to the publishers or you're beholden to people here. Okay, the young lady isn't here. Gareth. Ah, yes, I need to talk to this guy. But yeah, it's like it's interesting that you're either like he would have done things differently. I'm not saying that he would have done them better if it weren't for like being beholden to the ones who wanted this game to be exactly like the old Infinity Engine games, like Baldur's Gate and Icewind Dale and Planescape Torment. Just that it would have been different. And I can easily see that. And yeah, because I don't think he was overly keen on like this sort of style and graphical fidelity and like sort of graphical style and whatnot. So who knows? Maybe like Avowed might be having more control because Pillars of 1 and 2 were backed on Kickstarter, and with Tyranny, like he had to acquiesce to the whims of Paradox Interactive. The man skulks near the bar. He seems like he's trying to blend in with the other wood panelling. He watches other patrons at the corner of the eye. He gives you quick nods as you approach. Rosanna has a delivery for you. Keep your voice down, will you? Dominoes of spies everywhere. There's the pouch everywhere. You tell Rosanna this is the last time I'm buying from him. This is getting too dangerous for me. Did I just do something illegal? No. I don't think I've heard of the Dominoes. The more important thing is making sure they don't hear of you. They're old Brackenbury stock. These days, the Dominoes are known for their business activities, most of which involve some degree of bribery, extortion, theft, or murder. What do the Dominoes have to do with this? You have no idea, do you? Let's just say the Dominoes have exclusive rights to trade certain merchandise within the city. Rosanna likes to make some extra coin from time to time by dealing with the merchandise. Look at him with the competition, he says. Tell me what's in that pouch. But it's squash seeds. They interrupt pregnancies. Even though they're not exactly legal, many folks nowadays prefer them to having the risk of hollowbone. Or celibacy. He pulls a right frown. We done? Yeah, we're done. We gotta go before. Oh. A woman swaggers in her polished boots, whacking the floor with slow, deliberate steps. A crooked sneer warps her smooth face. Gareth, I'm hurt. You promised to only buy from me. What's a girl to think? Please, my lady, I was explaining that I don't do business with anyone else. Except this one last time, right? There's always one more deal. Until you run out of credit, that is. And you, just who do you think you are? You don't exactly look like a seed dealer. Eleth glances at Gareth. I think that's a compliment. I'm going to stay silent and stoic. You've got pluck, but don't try to hold out on me. Especially when I'm not inclined to let you off the hook. Mazzano put you with this, didn't he? That old fool's on a sinking ship, and he's determined to drag anyone who gets close enough down with him. Gareth, here, knew better. But I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. In fact, I'll also give you a chance to get even with the imbecile who's been playing us both. What do you say to killing Mazzano? Why do you think I would want to do that? Why wouldn't you? He used you to carry out his dirty work, and without telling you anything what you were carrying, or who you were crossing. She taps her finger to her jaw, and his voice slows. Of course, I'd also consider it a personal favour, and House de Menel is never stingy with its friends. The loyal ones, anyway. Tell me about the de Menels. I don't know whether to be relieved or insulted. We're one of the wealthiest merchant families in Defiance Bay. Let's just say, however, that some of our business practices are not officially sanctioned. Well, this side is fate when I talk to him again. Better make up your mind quickly, because we're going to pay him his dues one way or another. So make sure you stay out of our way. See. Oh, I have seen some gameplay of Avowed, actually.
Have you ever chased a skirt with me? Or do you merely hide behind?
Don't pawn your personal problems off on me.
They will use you, cast you off when it suits them. Never speak another word to you.
Maybe they just don't answer to fiery whore.
Yeah. I'm struggling to see why people really like Durance. Well, you know, this time, yeah. I'm going to try and keep him in the party until basically I see what the appeal is. I mean, yeah, I don't mind, like, PC, character, companions that have problems. And that's not particularly nice, but still. But yeah. But yeah, like Avowed, like it looks okay. Some of the gameplay, I just haven't seen enough. Like a lot of it's just like a lot of the footage was like completely indistinct. Barring like the color of the spells or whatever. It's like, yeah, okay, great, but I don't know. Firearms are fun. That's all I can say. Oh, and you can dual wield. You have a gun and a shield.
Gods keep you.
Which is, yeah, that's gonna work for me. If you told me the Demenels were after you, you could have saved us both a lot of trouble. The Demenels were there. I was careful, always following. The Velavita. They couldn't have known. And here we go again. Something's going to happen. Oh.
Well, well. Is this your last day among the living, Verzano?
Our timing is impeccable. Tell her, Pelagina. The criminals are after me, please. You've got to
As
stop
if
them.
any of this were ever in my hands. The Republics considered your business worth protecting based on its success. That success depended on cooperation with the locals, like House Dominel. You've lost that. And the favor of the Dukes.
I'm going to not interrupt and get the diplomatic point.
Even if you get out of this alive, they're done with you. The Dukes have more pressing interest in Defiance Bay than rescuing one merchant who threw himself overboard.
Have mercy, Pelagina. I don't stand a chance against the Darmenals. I brought failure and shame upon myself, but you can't be to watch your countrymen die like a dog.
Verzano. Why are you wasting your precious breath on me? My orders come through the ambassador, and through the ambassador from people you should be honored ever gave a moment's thought to whether you live or die. You don't seem like the sort to petition the gods to keep him out of hell. So why not cry mercy to the one person in this room with the power to grant it?
I'll just pause real quick, then just get back to this. That's alright. Just had to make sure my darling dearest was home. It's safe and sound. She turns her attention to you, Riz, for the eyebrows expectantly. I intend to protect Verzano from the Darmenals. Pelagina drops a gaze and lightly shakes her head from side to side. Moments later she turns her eyes to the ceiling in amused disbelief.
Verzano, you have a saint looking out for you after all.
Crushing, oh, I like that. That's a good one. Can I just say as well, all the voice actors in this game are phenomenal. Pelagina's, I think, is possibly my favourite.
Just don't come knocking on the embassy door. Understand. Do as you will. He's no longer my concern.
The sneer curls on her face. She looks at you. Seems I was wrong to overlook your blunder. Rest assured, I never made the same mistake twice. Right. And of course... Oh, she's a pillar of faith. Go on. There we go. I can't thank you enough, Amayako. But this won't stop the Darmenals for long. I've got to get out of here, and recommend that you do too. He hands his pistol and gives the bag of fire with shaking hands. That's all I have left after this little fate adventure. Thank you again, and please, look out for yourself. Forgiveness. What a name for a pistol. In D&D, my gun is called Adjudication. Just in case you ought to know. Let's compare it. 8 meters, 20 piercing damage, field piercing, 20% attack speed. I'm going to give the pistol a go. 60 bypass. Okay, so not really much different, but let's give it a go. Tab. That gives him. In fact, you know what? If you're wearing Brigadine, I've got a fine Brigadine here, I think. So I'm going to give you that. Heavy armor DR 10, 12. There we go. Yeah, okay. In fact, does he even need heavy armor? I'm gonna give him medium armor, I think. But he is. The thing is that he's a ranged attacker. I'm gonna give you a little shawl.
Well?
I'll give it a try, at least. As requested. I'll give it a try, at least. As requested.
Let's see what else we can loot. Guards are conveniently ignoring us. I don't ask what's in them. Oh, well, the young lady's gone as well. I do like paladins in this game. There we are. Paladin is here. They are a very interesting kind of class wherein they can because they get the power from their oath, like 5th edition sort of stuff, they're not really beholden to gods and more ideals. And those can especially be like mercenaries. You see like Palagina, for example, like she's quite a complex character for a paladin.
Ah, it's done then. Vetsano plays with fire and someone else always pays the price for it. Your charity is more than he deserves. Still, at least I don't have to deal with him anymore. For that I'm grateful. Whether you intended to or not, you've done the Valian Republics a service today, ridding us of him. I work closely with the embassy to protect our interests, but lately I think our gaze has been too narrow. You clearly have pursuits of your own in the city, but I think we could help each other out, if you're interested in doing some work for us. Officially, I mean. We can go together and I'll introduce you to the ambassador. Good. Maybe I can finally do something more worthwhile than playing nanny to merchants. The embassy is up in First Fires, southwest of the Ducal Palace.
So, I've got to get rid of a party member now. I'm going to get rid of...
your path, I'll walk mine.
Yeah. So, Durance's quests don't really kick in until a wee bit later.
I'm ready.
So, yeah. So yeah, that's Palagina's character model there. Again, she's the sort of character who I think is going to do best with athletics. So yeah, I'll make her athletics. So, and paladins as well, similar to priests, they get more benefits from their abilities based on their dispositions in dialogue. So diplomatic, aggressive, cruel, rational, benevolent, etc. Intense flames. So flames of devotion. Increasing its damage. 2 per encounter, so it's basically just like a flaming sword ability. Faith and conviction. So +1 every 5 levels after 0. All defenses. Villa Vidorio. So 53. Ramos Mezcan. Not even gonna try. AoE attack. Attack speed. Nice, okay. That sounds interesting. Out of all of those, I think I'm just gonna go for that one. But even then, there's other things I could maybe go for as well. Two-handed style. You get more damage with 200 weapons. See, the thing is, I'm already doing that. I don't know, I suppose she'll be better suited for it. I'll have to start going to ranged weapons, actually. I wonder if I can as a priest. Like, get more benefit from it. Ciphers. We will be hiring a cipher later. I think I'm going for this one. Modifiers for devotion, allied AoE, 20% attack speed. I use a lot of AoE stuff, so I'm going to go for that one. Put the points into athletics. Now we get some abilities. Level 3, so lay on hands, so healing. Zealous focus. Ah, so yeah, so like so now you can also like buff people in the area. As like a mode. So let's charge, mover speed, damage reduction, increasing their accuracy and converting fortune graces to hits. I think I'm gonna go with that one, to be honest. Yeah. Improving accuracy and converting grazes to hits. Next level. So, once again, athletics. Keep it there. So now we get to improve Flame's devotion, critical focus, or deep faith. Critical focus. Additional. So in addition to grazers being converted to hits, I can convert 5% of hits into crits. Deep faith. I think I'll go for that one. To give a bit more. Yeah. To give a bit more defense to everyone. More athletics. Yeah, I'll get the points again. More things here, so Inspiring Triumph. The Paladin downs an enemy, providing a temporary bonus to all defenses. That'd be really good. Liberating Exploitation. Hostile effects suspended for 23 seconds. Sworn enemy. Zealous Endurance. 50% of incoming hits are converted to grazers. That's modal though. It's good, but really good for a tank. Liberating Excitation, I think I'll go for. To suspend the hostile effects. What else?
Yes.
So let's have a look. Does Paladin actually have a quest for me at the moment? Feels like she's been wasting her time on trivial tasks at Defiance Bay. She believes there are more serious threats to the Valiant Republic, so to help in pursuing them, so we can go to the embassy. Got other quests that we can do as well. Let's have a look at my West Trails. Also got a day. I've got 24 hours still. Um. There's people in Brackenbury we could talk to. There's lots of things we can do here. Yeah, Defiance Bay is pretty much like the centerpiece of the quests. So what's here? Madrid House, Charred Barrel, Raymond Manor, Master of Menel. Right, okay, let's find the embassy actually. Child of 5 Sons, Burst Fires. $15 to travel there. You will find in a lot of RPGs there's places like this where basically you have one city
You
where
must have seen some amazing
most of the
sights
game
on your way
takes
north.
place.
Sure. Pirate cities floating in the archipelago. The mountain halls of these northern dwarves. Plenty.
I haven't been further south than the Deerwood myself. Maybe I'll come back after I've convinced the Ranga Nui and see all those things for myself.
I hope you do.
If there's one criticism I do have with like character banter, it's like there's very little development with some of the characters. It's honor. Yeah. Geometrical Palace. Valen Embassy, I thought it might be there. Yeah. It's like there's not much development unless you start. It's like your characters will just like start talking to each other as if they've been with the party for ages, even if it's their first conversation. It's kind of like why I like the campfire dialogue in Pathfinder Kingmaker, where this so like it's I imagine it's like a part of an ongoing conversation while you're sat around the campfire.
Ambassador Agosti, I would speak with you on a matter of some urgency and great importance.
Pelagina, if this is the same matter we previously discussed, I doubt I will be convinced any more easily. Ambassador, please hear her out. Diplomatic too? Yes. Ambassador praises you for your several moments of nods respectfully. You are well known in Defiance Bay, Rodney, even in the Valian Embassy. Besettent turns his attention back to Pelagina. So you're keeping respectable company these days? Well, that'll be a good reason to go stirring up trouble with Anoenses and who knows else.
Ambassador, there are issues at stake here that go beyond rogue merchants and a port staying open. Animancy is under attack in Defiance Bay.
Protect our interests here, but that also means knowing when to avoid unnecessary entanglements. The Animances and the locals have problems, they'll work them out, or they won't. Either way, there's too much risk by getting involved.
If it is outlawed here, what would prevent the same from happening in our republics?
Pelagina, I do not think your concerns are unfounded, but it is not the place of this embassy to countermand the Republic's policy. If it makes any difference, Ambassador, I'm already looking into matters Palladino has spoken of. It doesn't, but it would be fortuitous if your investigation took you to Twin Elms, because that's where Palladino needs to go.
What is it the Dukes need of me, Ambassador?
Deerwood's instability has created an opportunity for us to take over their trade with Air Glanveth. We still need to meet with the Glenfathans soon and secure our upcoming trade agreements. The roads to Twin Elms can be dangerous, of course, but that's why you'll be our representative there.
It shall see, Ambassador. But won't this provoke the dear Woodins? Their country is falling apart, and we are already dividing up their trade alliances.
Provoke them into what? Going to war? Through no fault of the Republic's, the Deerwood's armies have been deprived of an entire generation of soldiers. It would be foolish not to not take advantage of the situation. If we don't, the Red Sirens will. I'm gonna go with the, I could say nothing. Ambassador, that's some cold compassion considering what these people are going through. I'm gonna say benevolent.
More than that, Ambassador, there is a practical element to consider. We may profit in the short term from this arrangement, but what of the future? The Deerwood won't forget, and the Republics may pay the price for it.
Ambassador sighs. We're not the Dukes, Palagina. It's their decision to carry out the orders. I'm not like I'm asking. It's not like they're asking you to assassinate someone. Palagina raises an eyebrow and clenches a jaw, but remains silent. Palagina goes to Twin Elms, speak to the Amenetheth, impress upon the instability of the Deerwood, and reassure of the Valiant Republic's desire to open safe trade.
Of course, Ambassador.
I know you plan on investigating this crisis together, but I hope you understand Palagina's responsibilities. Of course, Ambassador. We have duties to attend to. Excellent. Now then, if you'll excuse me.
Could have gone better. Could have gone worse. I appreciate that you stood up for me, but it's hard to persuade the Ambassador to go against the Duke's orders.
It seemed right to support you, but I think the Ambassador made some good points. If you don't stop following orders, you're going to get more trouble with the Dukes. I know you're right, Pelagina. We may feel... We'll do benevolent.
Enough wisdom for both of us. Now, I just need to find out how to get to Twin Elms before the Ambassador loses his patience.
Still, I fear that making this deal with the Glenfathans will weaken the Deerwood and make trouble for the public's worlds in years to come. Well, that's a long way for the planes to have to get over. Yeah.
Verus.
Yes.
Welcome.
Palagina said you could use my help with something. Of course, of course. Well, I just reached my ears how you cross blades with the Dormenals, and yet you are still. Here you are still. Quite impressive. Zano was most fortunate you came along. But, on to business. A rather notorious adventuring party calling themselves the Forgotten has made a name for themselves by raiding in Gwithan ruins in the Deerwood and selling stolen relics to their patrons back in the Valiant Republics. I need them stopped. I'm sure you're aware the trade of Ingwithan relics is strictly forbidden in the Deerwood. Right now, the prominent nobles in the Republics were flagrantly defying the Duke's ban on the looting of Ingwithan ruins. It put a number of valuable trade agreements in jeopardy, and caused Defiance Bay to embargo Valiant goods. I can't let that happen. The authorities in Defiance Bay have this idea that smuggling is going on. I'm sure the rumors have reached their ears, but if they suspected that there was any truth to them, they'd have summoned me before them. That hasn't happened yet. I just have the Forgotten killed. I hear the town cries now. Villain Ambassador hires assassins. No, this option is too risky for me. I'll help. What do you need? Smiles in relief. Thank you. A prominent merchant in the Republics, Mr. Bakosi, has also developed an interest in obtaining Gwithan relics and sent to buy and Defiance Bay to meet with the Forgotten. I arranged for the Knight of the Crucible to detain the buyer for questioning. I have suggested that the buyer was a wanted criminal. I need you to go into the buyer's place, posing as Barkosi's representative, and learn how the Forgotten are smuggling the relics through Defiance Bay. With that knowledge, I can take steps to discreetly dismantle their operation and discredit them in the eyes of their patrons. If there's nothing else, I must return to my duties. Well, tell me about the Balian Republics. They are rich in all ways, in wealth, in style, in culture. If you were to go to the Republics, you would not want to leave. I mean, why would you? The people are beautiful and charming. I'm here because the Songkreta Ducala wishes it, but when my appointment is done, I will be on the first ship out, and I will sing from here to Salona. What do you do here? As the Valian ambassador, my job is to assure trade, the deer would remain strong and profitable. Yeah.
Yes.
So the Balian Republics, they are like the trade sort of empire.
Eyes open.
They consist
I can
like
do that.
individual.
As requested.
Yeah, so like that they consist of like a number of like free states, and they're all like interested in like trade and whatnot.
I'm on the trail.
I can do that.
I don't even have the skill to do that. That's alright. A ship sailing beneath 5 radiant stars. So I think the 5 stars represent the number. Oh, come on. We're? I'm guessing that is We're Wool Collective. Is that not Wire Wool? But yeah. They represent like each of the city-states that they're independent from one another, but do trade with one another for mutual benefit. So we can do that, but we've also got still with the Forgotten as well. Little one. I don't know why I'm doing this if I'm uncovering more stuff on the map. Yeah, let's go to the bridge. Half an hour away. Let's save the game, because this can always get badly. I'll have a munch of my Maltesers. The man's hand rests lightly on the hilt of his flail as he approach. What's your business with us? I'm gonna lie to them. Master Barkosi sent me. You're late, and may I keep you here to be kept waiting. Don't let it happen again. Now on to the details of our arrangement. There's a loose plank on the southern end of the docks in Andra's gift. Yeah, that sunken ship. Leave the payment there, gems and coins only. Gems, preferably. They're easier to carry than sacks of coin. Right. We'll take the payment and replace it with Ingwithan relics of slightly lesser value. I say lesser because we have to take our own fee first. We're doing all the work and taking most of the risk after all. There you have it, clean and simple. Any questions? How do I know you won't just take the money and leave nothing in return? This arrangement works for Mystere Fucillo. It works for Mystere Ross. If you don't like the deal, walk away. The legal Alphathans get upset when they catch you looting them with their ruins. Elfin woman sneers. If we do get caught, which doesn't happen often, we make sure the Glenn-Thathans don't stay upset for very long. Witnesses are inconvenient. How do you know which relics are valuable? They're quite knowledgeable about things within culture. If I say something valuable, it is. The Varian hasn't been wrong at it either. Tell your master not to worry about us selling him junk. You've managed to keep this arrangement without ever being caught. Oh, never mind. Sorry. Bad news, Aramonth. Because this buyer isn't coming. Looks like the knight stuck him in for questioning. I guess it is a ghosty. So, what's going on? Who's this? Good question. I stare back silently. He knows too much. Kill him. Right, so me. Oh, of course I haven't done Palagina's programming. Aggressive. And let's put your mode on as well. Oh no, I'm down. Ah, she's got me fleeing, that's great. Yeah, this is a good time to have two priests, isn't it? This isn't going to go well without. Yep, tank's down. Unless Palagina can save this, which I doubt she can. Everyone's dead. I hope that I've got an autosave, because I really don't want to go through all the dialogue again. Oh, we've got an autosave there. Let's see where this takes us. Too bad you can't save it. Ah, of course. So, we're going to go through all that again. And we're going to watch the cutscenes, and we're going to wait for the NPCs to load in again and again. To be fair, the cutscenes don't take too long. But it's just annoying. You don't do this, I've been caught. Yup, okay. Right, it would help if I had my sword as well. That's probably why things haven't gone great to begin with. No, it's just because I'm just terrible. And I forgot to give Palagina stuff to do as well. Knock him down if you can. Could you possibly take him out? There's no way of doing that one, is there? Fireball? Crackling bolt. It's gonna hit allies. Dazzling as a display. Heal up. Heal up. Use your flame assault ability if you can. mind. Okay. Knock him down if you can. Yeah, this is a wash. This ain't happening. Yeah, tactics are not sound. Yeah. Yeah, that ain't just ain't gonna happen.
As you wish.
Eder, how is it you Eothasians stay so optimistic? The world has not given your...
But no, let's go to the
You
tavern.
have two options. You can go mad with grief and tear out all your hair and check yourself into the sanitarium, or you can wait for better days.
Well, feathers in my case. But I understand your point.
Let's look for more quests. The elf dressed in gaudy robes that seem ready to cast off. He picks at a heavily brocaded sleeve and continually adjusts the gold chain around his neck. This will do. Send you to run me out of town. You could tell I'm not going anywhere without that medallion. If I sold Cyril, I wouldn't sell it her. If that's what she's here about, then save yourself some trouble. Rational. Just tell me what your problem is. If you have to ask, then you're obviously not here to shoot me down. Cyril's a courtesan over at the Salty Mast in Eldritch Drift. We've been working together over a year now. I find a noble with more money than sense fill him up with liquor and send him my way. They have a good time and Cyril takes a fee, a little extra. 100 coppers here, drink it there. It's a bounty for us. These lords and ladies never notice anything done. It's anything. That's dishonest. It's surviving. Those nobles have more wealth than they can hang on to. Why should they keep it? Anyway, we always split the bounty. Till a week ago. She takes the necklace off some noble. It's an Gwithan medallion. Down near priceless. That relic is sacred to my clan, but she won't part with it for any sum I can afford. And even if I wanted to, I just can't go home without it. That's a hard thing. Tell me about your situation. What do you want to know? Why is this medallion so important to you? I grew up in Air Glanfirth with the Shattering Spear clan. The Igral have protected Ingwithan ruins for thousands of years. It's one duty the gods ask of us in exchange for the freedom to live as we please. He fidgets with the emerald ring on his pinky. Patricia hunters looted the ruins in our territory. We left the wild we dwelled in for generations. Most of my clanmates scattered to towns here, around the Deerwood, and probably live on crusts of bread. Restoring the medallion to the ruins would earn us the gods' forgiveness. The Shattering Spear could go home. This is all rather fascinating. A single medallion to earn the gods' favour and to return home. Reminds me of a story out somewhere. Tell you about Sorrel. She's the courtesan of the Salty Mast. overknown to gift. She wasn't born into much, but she's done what she has to in order to escape that. She's a good friend. Without her, I'd probably be living hand to mouth like the rest of the Shattering Spear. But this isn't about her or me. It's about the 40 people in my clan, the way of life we've held on to generations. You seem like you've done well enough to understand yourself. Clenches his heavily worn hands. It was this or escape rather that got us like the rest of my clan. But I'd give it all for that medallion. I offered to, but it's worth more than anything I've got, and Sorrel knows it. I still don't understand why you can't return your money returned to Glenfith. Stoic too. He sighs, arching his neatly plucked eyebrows. That's because you're looking at things with detachment. The community isn't a place, it's a connection to history. A meaning, he makes circles with his wrist. Like an anchor, defending the ruins for the gods gave us a purpose. Without that we're adrift. Does that make sense to you? It does, yes. He smiles, not snarly. You know what it's like. How to care for something you can't explain. It's not to ask. So, will I get this medallion? I'll see if I get a medallion from Sorrel. We'll find out the salty mast. The only way anyone sees her these days is by paying, but she'll have to go through Mayor. But whatever you do, please don't hurt her. I have no intention. Now, who's this Nonton? Begging your pardon. Oh, it's you. It's good to see you. We've had a rough few days here, but we found this place and we're kind enough to hire us both. Things have been wonderful. I can't tell you how much we appreciate what you've done. Well, heart's Skirian.
Good day, stranger.
The man is dressed in neat but functional clothes. His sun-wrinkled skin is limber muscular to reflect life spent in the wilderness. Well met. Bring us to the child barrel. Is this your place? It's my retirement, he throws the bar. Used to be a warehouse back in when Brackenbury saw more ship traffic, but it's fell out of use when the area became more residential area. I inherited it from some great uncle who had never had any luck pawning it off to all my cousins. Now it's the most populous spot in Brackenbury. The nobles came to unwind, and kith from other districts came to mingle. You get it through your time, sure, but they behave in here. Besides, not as good as anyone else's. Why? I was a cartographer for the Duke for decades. Rubs his neatly stubbled cheek. Crossed the White Marsh half a dozen times and mapped the ruins of Thane Bog. You in the slashing gold tooth. A good career, but one suited to younger men. When I came back to Silver Bay for good, Clive and a few other friends of the Knights helped you get the rights to refurbish the place. The strong ale, quality entertainment, a fresh sea breeze. What more could a man want? Show me a menu. Well, he's not kidding. Track a meat dish. Well. I'll buy some of this stuff. I'm not going to be buying the Dragonhead stuff. Rooms, they will stay, not bad. If I write just for the pigeon pie. Best move back on again. Okay, nothing there for us. Anything upstairs? A Skirian. Ah. I like little touches like that. Okay, so at least we've got another quest. I could go to the Animancy place, but I'd like to just try and get some more stuff done here first. Andrew's gift. Oh, the fog. Just a lovely haunting atmosphere. I have to give that to Pillars, like, sometimes they know how to make a really beautiful atmosphere. Gets it so right.
How do you do?
Okay, so I think I can just therefore talk to this person. Yeah, so okay, so I just have to pay 500 and...
Well met, friend.
That's good. So I just discuss with you. Just tell me what you like. It's extra if you want to bring someone else in, though. Your friend Thurston sent me. He's a medallion. So do I. I offered him half of the money, and he refused it. I'm sure he told you about his broken clan. Did he also tell you that I got him where he is today? I really am sorry for him, but I'll bet anything he lives better now than he did in England and Glenford. I worked a long time for a way out. I don't just give it up just because Thurston suddenly got nostalgic. I'll buy it from you. It's worth 6,000 pence. If you got that kind of coin, I'll gladly help you spend it. I could get minor positive, but I'm not. Yeah, I'll do it for the money, for the reputation. So it goggles to the back, bag of coins in her hand. She looks back at you for just a second before reaching into her bodice. She holds a carved Idra medallion and a cord and gives it to you. I could be in a cottage in Brackenbury tomorrow. She looks hopefully at the medallion in your hand. I'm not going to tell you your business. But you two mean to give that to this one. You mean a lot to me too. I hope he finds everything he's looking for back home. She pulls a moonstone ring off her finger. Please, take this. It's always given me an edge with people around here, but I'm done with that part of my life. I let free this place. I'm gonna pack my things. Well. So yeah. So I did it for the reputation. And I also think as well, like, yeah, this is an out for someone, and it's someone with a plan to resolve. Dawn's Pledge. What's Dawn's Pledge? 15 endurance. I'm not really using it enough, I don't think. So yeah. I'll take the resolve. And if I'm gonna be the leader of this group, then yeah. Some resolve goes a long way. Who might need it? Let's give it to you.
Hail and well met.
So yeah. So now we can go about this gent with his medallion from his old lands. And
Do you still have family living in the Deerwood, Adair?
No, not these days. Parents left the country years back during the purges. I think about him a lot.
It's a shame you and your family suffered, even after the Saints' War ended. You Deerwoodens certainly have a knack for holding on to old grudges.
if you know the words, speak them, and we can do business. If not, we are done for speaking. Yeah, Nebion Ilfil. Apologies for the unpleasantries. I'm Caed to the Midnight Merchant, as some would say. I deal in sensitive commodities. Precautions must be taken. Now, let's do business. Okay. So these are nice crafting materials.
What is it?
That we can use to prove our gear. There's just one thing I want to do actually. Food. Hang on a second, do I have to create 5 different food items for the achievement? There we go. Wow. How few people have done that? 8.8% of players. Only 8.8% of players have made food in this game. Good grief. Tell you what. As a bit of a diversion, I want to just go back here. So enemies and Pillars of Eternity, as far as I recall, do not respawn. They don't come back. Once you've killed them, they're dead. So it's generally a good idea. Okay. We need back. There. Change of plan. We're not going here. So someone has come seeking our help. Caed Nua, a wanted criminal. At the main keep. Let's have a look.
I don't know this castle's history, but I feel confident saying it must have seen better times. But I feel confident saying it must have seen better times.
Prowess from the Ducapas. Well, first of all, let's talk about Mary the Deft Hand. Name's Neri. Begging your pardon, and all, my lord. But I was wondering, hoping we could talk. Well, let's hear it. Calling your allies together a motion for the petitioner to step forward. So, might be that I got myself nicked here, and there are a fair few unsavory deeds. My name's on posters all over Defiance Bay now. Makes it harder to walk freely, forget me. My thinking is, it's time for me to set a note for new horizons. Did for our archipelago. It seems nice. No matter if everyone's here. Only, I could use some help getting there. Not that I'm asking you to do this for free, mind. I picked up a couple of things from a fellow I know. It was good to meet fine court. You turn yourself in. You can't be serious, they'll hang me. I'll see that they give you a lenient sentence. It's better than living as an outlaw. Why, so I just offer myself up, hope they take mercy. Never mind that I'm also keen behind. I'll stand behind you guys. You just have to trust me. Not a chance. You're a clever one you are, but you're not talking about offering up my own neck to the hangman. So... Last messenger. Greetings, my lord. I bear an urgent message from Chancellor Warden in Defiance Bay. Requests that you meet with him at your early appearance at the Ducal Palace. Your claim on Caed Nua has been called into question by the Gathman family. Earl Verma has issued the ruling on the matter, but both you and Lord Gathman must be present. Your Chancellor Warren is an arbiter of legal matters, but Earl Verma of the Grasp. Tell me of this Lord Gathman. An old adherent lineage, I believe. Looks around the Great Hall. The former Lord of the Stronghold, a distant relative of Lord Gathman, allied himself with the losing side of the War of Defiance. Caed Nua is mine. The Gathman family disagrees, as your claim is not based on lineage, and official ruling is required to remedy this dispute. We're going to them. The Chancellor will await you in the records room of the Ducal Palace of Defiance. Okie dokie. We've got a call to court. So.
It is good to see you here. I can feel a change in the air already. There is much to do. Is there anything I can do to help?
What is the state of the keep? Aha, where to begin? Let's see here. And then, yeah, okay, so we actually haven't got enough money to actually upgrade anything. So. We'll, come back to this real soon.
I feel sorry for whoever has to clean up this place.
Well, that'd be me. Or you, if you want to act like a total shitheel leader.
You must gather your party before venturing
Ready,
forth.
Roger.
What is it?
I remember that. Takes me back. So, gotta go to the first fires.
Of course.
I don't know.
As you wish.
Where's this Dunrid Scion? He's down here. Oh, it's not here. So who's this person then? Or Dunreed, rather, not Dunrid. Sorry, I forget how Obsidian like to be clever buggers. Okay. Just try and explore my stronghold and figure out where this person is. Would they be in the library? Dunrid Scion, where might I find them? Scion sounds like... Oh, Scion is in S-C-I-O-N, but P, that's like psionics, that's like ciphers in this world, so...
It's very nice. We're not sleeping here, are we?
So where's he being kept? He's got to be in Bright Hollow then, surely. Don't make me look this up, game. Don't make me look this up, I'm not going to be happy if I have to do that. These are the companion quarters. Ah. So Duran stays in there. No bonus for staying here. For now. So where's this right, you know what? Oh, I can't do it while it's loading. Right. So who's this person again? That I'm looking for. But where's the web browser option on Steam? There we are. So they're called Dunread Scion. Dunread So apparently he gives you a +2 defense and -2 prestige while costing 10 times what the basic hirelings do. So he acts as a cipher in Stronghold sieges. Oh, hirelings? Oh, you must build the barracks, which I can't do yet. So, he'll probably come by every so often. It's very possible for 77,000 fans.
Very nice.
Yeah. So, yeah. Love the effects there. Beautiful game. Absolutely gorgeous. I will give that to it. It's one of the best looking RPGs. I remember looking at the screenshots, and
never before have I met an Adiran man so hesitant to speak his mind.
I'm not hesitant. I just like to consider my words carefully.
You should really hear yourself talk, amigo.
Amico. I only like that word because I like the word amigo. Why they couldn't just say amigo, I don't know. Everything has to be unique. It's like the tragedies, you know? Those sort of names, yeah. Let's have a look. Speak of the chance of Warrior Hall of Records. Ah! Chance of Warrior.
Good day, stranger.
Any news to share, or are you just here to see the Ducal Palace? What's the Ducal Palace? It's a seat of government here in Defiance Bay. This is where Duke Admeth had rights to declare freedom from Adiran rule some 150 years ago. She lowers her voice and grins. It's also a hotbed of regional politics. Trust me, the gossipy beats what you'll find in any tavern or brothel in the city. Ah, dire wooden politics. It changes too quickly to be worth keeping up with. Better to strike a conversation in taverns, rather loitering conspicuously in the palace corridors. Looking for news? Aye. I'm a page here at the palace. I deliver messages and I run errands for the Duke and his advisors. The pay is not great, but I can't think of a better introduction to politics. True, I suppose. What goes on in here? Where to start? We got meetings, public hearings, and ceremonies, and that's just the stuff that happens out in the open. She leans a little bit closer. This is where the Duke and his key advisors work, so there's always someone bargaining for a favour. Unfortunately, I'm not liberty to talk about that side of things. But if you want the official version... She glares at her and gestures counterclockwise around the palace. You have a shrine devoted to Magran, official records and chambers for the public hearings and council meetings. I'll be right back. There's someone who needs to hear that.
You've been on your own for 5 years. But you can't talk to him.
My standards changed around year 2.
Tavern. I believe I can do party management here. I hope so. Because Magran is very important to Durance. Why am I scouting? Ah, of course, we need to talk to you as well.
My friend.
I'll give you the medallion, which gives you twin elms negatives. So did you do it? Did you get the medallion for Sorrel? Medallion, yes. You've given my people a gift we couldn't possibly repay. I'll do the best I can, though. You should buy your coin into your hands. This is everything I have. Take it, please. Keep it. Your clan could use it to rebuild. Shattering Spear will sing of your kindness for generations to come. If you ever find yourself in Air Glanfith, please honour us with your visit. Here is out of the inn, his fancy cloak dragging on the ground. 12 hours, moderate positive. Nice.
Hail, traveler.
Party management. I'll get rid of Sagani for the time being, and I'll have Durant's back. The reason why is because my Quran is, well, I'd say like, Durance's patron. Not quite. So we'll see what he has to say about this. About the records. And perhaps we can find out just a little bit more about what's going on with the Magranites and the Rhodicans.
Of course.
Goes on in here. It's about the Shannon McGran. It's a symbol of Magran's protection of Defiance Bay. She represented the revolutionary spirit of the Daeward ever since independence, and her involvement in the creating the Godhammer bomb only a very important source. That's also why there's the first of the secret Defiance burn, but Fierga, the Triangle Agent, has trouble keeping them lit. What kind of records are stored here? Mostly dull official stuff. Census counts, tax records, militia registers. Now, I keep my distance. I got curious one day and got drafted into a shelf and half their records. Worst day of my life. Is there a hearing going on right now? Sure is. Duke Ever's been meeting about some city leaders for weeks now, trying to figure out how to address the legacy. The whole business is terribly secret though. I tried to sit in the gallery during a lunch break one day and got turned away. But a lot of talk concerns animacy, so there's a good reason they're keeping the meetings behind closed doors. Legacy? White One's legacy. That's what a lot of people call the rash of Hollowborn. The theory goes it's a punishment for meddling in animacy. Why is animacy so controversial? Where to begin? Traditionalists think that it's a crime against the gods. There's no question that poking in rounded souls is risky, but the more progressive elements believe it's our only shot at restoring healthy baths. And it doesn't help matters that animancy research involves old Ingwithan relics that were illegally looted from ruins in Air Glanfith. She makes a quick twitching motion with her index and middle fingers. So this is an interesting one actually. Like this basically tells you the whole story of animancy. A lot of the game sort of glosses over some parts of it, and you sort of have to see it in person. Like for example, like Radrick's underground lab. You know, like the difference between it and necromancy. And NPCs don't quite go into it unless I think you go to like the one location where animancy is a big deal, which is the sanatorium in this place. But yeah, so this is actually possibly the best explanation of what animancy actually is, and that's not great. What are Hollowborn? She raised an eyebrow. You really are fresh on the road. Hollowborn are children born without souls. They often don't live for very long, and those that do are generally very kind, receive some kind of treatment from the animancers. So what do you think of animancy? Me? Well, I think the real danger of animancy is confusing a real scholar with an expensive fake. We got a new case out every day. Some poor couple in the gift or a couple in who spent every copper they had on a miracle cure for their unborn child. Never works. Breaks your heart, but there's usually nothing we can do for them. I see. Anyway, the legacy is what the politicians have been whispering about lately. So about the current Duke. I've always got my ear to the ground. Keep your ear to the ground, as they say in Warcraft. That would be Ivar Wolfgren. Don't let the title fool you, though. Our dukes have been elected since independence. Some find Duke Ivar rather coarse. He's a frontier noble. Personally, I think our rough and tumble type is just what Defiance Bay needs. And I like the idea of that. Yeah, absolutely. So I think sometimes you need that, like, British politics right now is something of a disaster because like we have a lot of our representatives who are from private schools, not public schools even. And so like, yeah, we could actually do with people who are from the tax-paid schools and yeah, representing us and actually solving issues and hearing them and actually having some empathy. The stone figure of a warrior gazes towards her raised hand. It's empty with the palms. Her fingers are blackened.
Well met, friend.
There you go. Praise be to Magran. Welcome to a temple. How may I be of service? You seem upset. What's wrong? This is by the fire, isn't it? She puts her hand on your shoulder. They're just symbols. You can't put faith in them. Slow down and tell me what this is about. She sighs. Sacred pyres all around town. You must have seen the statues of the goddess around the city holding up empty braziers. I've kept them burning steadily for 15 years, but I haven't been able to conjure them for months now. People seem to need to see them more than ever these days. So what does that mean? It's my devotions and prayer that kept them lit. But lately, when I try to pray, all I can think about are the hollowborn all over the city. The grieving families, the refugees. She shakes her head. How could Magran allow us to suffer like this? What strength do we gain from a soulless child? Durrance grunts with disdain. What strength do we gain from adversity, from trial and test? The fires don't wither because she lacks faith. They wither because she doesn't understand how to be faithful to a whore. A whore wants neither praise nor devotion. A whore wants to be compensated for her services. And Magran is paid and pleasured in sweat and struggle and pain. This mewling imbecile is unworthy of Magran's womanly heat. This is shaking your faith. She nods, putting her hands to her hair. But I believe Magran may be speaking to me again. She frowns and casts a quick glance in your direction. Priest, you're all so devout, aren't you? Surely you can understand what I'm about to tell you. Lately, I've been having visions. A place in the wilderness with pools filled with sunbursts of colour, strange falls that seem to rise to the heavens even when they splash into the earth. She raises her hands as if framing an image in her vision. And behind the falls is a cave, filled with fire and heat and danger, and some token of my goddess. I know there's something there, but where it is or how to get there, she shakes her head. I've been meaning to ask around at the expedition hall to see if no one recognises the description. To be honest, I don't even know what I'd do if they found the place. Worthless, like so many of Magran's flock. Afraid of our god's tests. If Magran speaks to her test to her, it's an end to a hypocrite's life, and this vision is surely a death trap for the weak. Is that my phone? Oh, it's music. What a strange time for the music to kick in. I'd like to know more about the temple here. Magran is the most revered goddess among us Deerwoodens, so it's no surprise that the temple is part of the Ducal Palace. The fires symbolize trials, revolutions, and blazing new paths, all of which are important to us. This is the first of the sacred pyres. When it is lit, so are the rest around the city. Something else? What's the significance of the sacred pyres? They symbolize Magran's power and guidance, and right now, the people of Defiance Bay need to be assured of her presence. Our neighbours in the Villian Republic see us as superstitious. We're just sensitive to the signs of the gods. Goodbye. Okay. So Durance is a faithful of, well, believe was once faithful of Magran, but
Keeping an eye out.
has since had a crisis of faith. Account that she no longer really speaks with him. So the hearings are going to take place in that room. Okay, fine. There's the Hall of Records. It doesn't say what's that way. Save the game. But yeah, so I brought Durance to see what he would have to say, and he sort of made a bit more sense of things, in a way. Records Keeper, Chancellor Warren, Marshal Fulman. Just the Records Keeper.
Greetings.
Yes, is there something I can pull for you? I'm looking for militia records for the time of the Saint War. Trying to figure out what happened. We have had a number of inquiries about such information. I'm afraid we've had to bar access to the public. Seems there are quite a lot of folk in Deerwood who bear ill towards Red Sirens. It would be irresponsible to surrender their names just to anyone when they came to settle here as refugees. Perhaps if you were more established in Defiance Bay, things would be different. But I have no reason to suspect you to be any different from the others. You've come a long way. I just need to find out about my brother. I don't even know what side he fought for. I understand. I have had many such stories. I'm afraid there's nothing I can do for you. I take what I want. In the Duke's palace, I can assure you we do not. Besides, without my assistance, he was scrolling through the scrolls for years. Okay, so I've got to establish this here. Marshal Fulman. Thank you for coming, Rodney. I've been trying to attack you for some time. This is Marshal Fulman, Earl Badamar's military advisor. He will serve as the witness for this proceeding. Well met, Rodney. Your reputation precedes you, I admit. You've created a bit of a stir throughout the nobility with your reclamation of Caed Nua. Most are still not sure what to make of you. What's this about? The legitimacy of your claim to Caed Nua is in question. Earl Badamar has issued a ruling on the matter. Caed Nua was abandoned for over a century, and I've claimed the land through strength of arms. My claim is legit. If that were the case, if there were no other claimant, you would be correct. Unfortunately, this is not the case. All will be made once clear once Lord Gathman arrives. Have any questions for me, mate? Tell me about Earl Badamar. Earl Badamar comes from an established line of lords that rose to prominence after the War in Defiance 150 years ago. The Deerwood consists of 7 earldoms. The Badamars govern the northern earldom known as the Grasp. As the current Badamar, he is a fine man as I know. It is an honour to serve him. Tell me more about the Grasp. The Grasp is now the largest of the 7 earldoms after it consumed the pre-war earldom of Yenwood. It encompasses notable settlements such as New Hamar, Garrett's Grasp, Gilded Vale, and of course Caed Nua. Yenwood. When the Deerwood was a mere colony of the area, it was divided into 9 earldoms. When the Adherents were defeated and ultimately driven out, 2 of the earldoms were absorbed and the borders were adjusted. Yenwood were once such earldom. What do you know of Gathman? Well, I've met him but once. It was ample time to determine the character of Lord Aladir Gathman, or lack thereof. He was transcended from an old Aediran line that predates the War of Defiance. His great-grandfather, Rannick Gathman, was the Earl of Yenwood during the war. During the war? That is, during the 1939 to 1945 conflict with Germany. That is, until he was stripped of his lands and driven from the Deerwood. Do you know which way Earl Badimir has ruled? Oh, sorry, my lord, I do not. The Earl's decree is sealed. What was that about Road Warden? The one who rules Caed Nua on behalf of the Earl of Nyanwood is traditionally known as the Road Warden. Your possession might not be entirely official yet, but the title is an appropriate form of address. In fact, the blade you carry was forged by the first Road Warden. I've heard that the whispers of Yenwood is only ever found by those meant to rule the Caed Nua. I have no more questions. Your timing is impeccable. Here comes Lord Gathman now. So here we are. An opulent, dressed man strides towards the Chancellor, his sandy hair trailing him like a banner in the water-like breeze, boot heels echoing throughout the hall. Oh, I like that description. An old woman with cropped hair and dressed in dark, glinting mail shadows his steps before taking position alongside him, as he watches you unabashedly, taking your measure. Again, nice. Lord Gathman. Let's move past this formality as quickly as possible. I have other matters to attend to. It's well known that Caed Nua belongs to me by right. And where is this pretender? He who murdered the Radricks, my own sister and her husband, and now steals my land. Where is this low-born wretch? This man here. This is the so-called Lord of Caed Nua. I thought he was just another servant. Was a valet or a porter. Can we get this over with, please? Whoever breaks the seal and the scroll unfurls it. Regarding the matter of the Gathman claim on Caed Nua, Earl Badimir finds that the Gathman claim was never relinquished. By law, Caed Nua is the rightful property of the Gathman family. I knew it. Gathman smiled at you triumphantly. I'm not finished reading yet, my lord. Well, this is size, and motions for the Chancellor to continue. However, the Earl recognizes Rodney's part in reclaiming Caed Nua, a site that has stood abandoned and even some would say cursed for over a century. Before Caed Nua is returned to the Gathman family, the Earl has decreed that Lord Gathman will provide compensation in the form of absolutely not. Gathman folds his arm and defiant skull on his face. Lord? The amount is quite reasonable and a requirement for your land, which will be returned to you, if you'll allow me to finish. I'll not pay a single copper for this miscreant, for my ancestral land. You think I'm blind to the Earl's motives, lackey? He thinks he can send a message with this insult. I have a message that you can send to that son of a whore. Gathman raises an open hand as the Chancellor shirks from him, arms raised in defiance. I will grab Gathman's arm. Stoic. Keep your hands on me, you peasant. Gathman yanks his arm free of your hand and steps back. The elven woman deftly draws a pistol from her thick leather belt, her eyes widen in anticipation. My lords! Please, there's no need for violence. While Gathman holds your gaze as his heart beats, his eyes burning with hatred. I'll be coming for what's mine. Count on it. Come, Captain Emery. We're leaving. He sneers defiantly before stopping down the hall. The captain lowers her pistol and gives a smirking shrug before calling her employer. Well, I can't say that Gathman's reaction was entirely unexpected, though no fault of your own, I'm afraid you made a powerful enemy. I've dealt with much worse. I hope you're right. In any case, Caed Nua has now officially belongs to you since Lord Gathman has rejected the Earl's decree. He hands you the deep blue scepter, which looks to have been carved entirely out of sapphire. Here. This belonged to one of the old lords of Caed Nua. Are you right? It's now yours. Tell Gathben if I catch him on any of his people on my land, they'll be executed. I can invite them over. Please extend the invitation to Lord Gathben to feast with me in the halls of Caed Nua. There's no need for us to be enemies. There's a generous offer. I'll be sure it reaches Lord Gathben. It was a pleasure to meet you, my lord. Warren bows. Perhaps we'll speak again under more pleasant circumstances. Well, Rodney. The Marshal nods to you and leaves. So... we've established the court is ours. However, it will be challenged. Caed Nua is going to be attacked, and I need to build up the defences for it. Ah, that was another exit, okay. Okay. I'm going to go to the Vale. I want to finish off some business here. Messenger from Defiance Bay has arrived at Caed Nua. Prestigious visitor. Head to Caed Nua. Let's see what they've got to say. Oh, and the scepter as well.
It's very nice. We're not sleeping here, are we?
Look at that. Oh, yeah, a bind soul as well. You know what? So, this is interesting. So, sometimes that opens will have artwork like that, which is usually very special. Soulbound. Soulbound items are unique. They can magically bond with the soul of a single character. Once bound, the item can be used by that character as the bond is severed. A soulbound item will increase in power as the wielder accomplishes a set of feats. Okay. Bluestone scepter. I'm gonna bind my soul to it. This is my scepter. So I have to deal 200 damage to it. Deal with it, rather. It's a range of 10 meters, 12 to 19 crush slash damage. Nice. And it will level up. But yeah, it'll level up with use. So yeah. So I like the idea of soulbound weapons. Fable 3 sort of dabbled with this as well, the idea of like levolution, where weapons would level up as you use them. And it was going to be an interesting idea. Was it Fable 2? I think it was Fable 2 or 3. But it didn't really quite go down all that well. Pardon the intrusion, my lord. Chancellor Warren urgently requests you meet with the Chad Barrel in Breckenbury. Why is the Chancellor meeting me at the palace? Perhaps the Chancellor is meeting with you in our official capacity. Yeah, once from time to time. I'll read the Chancellor when I can. Right. So, I guess we're going back there. Return to court. Or, should I...
It's very nice. We're not sleeping here, are we?
Okay. I'll tell you what, I actually really want to get my business sorted. I want to clear out that dungeon. I want to kill those shadows and everything.
You walk your path, I'll walk mine.
Yeah. I don't know how much XP I'm going to get. But to be honest, I'm not that far from leveling up, so if I can get about another 300 XP, that'll suit me down to the ground. I don't know what awaits me at the next level, but I shall look forward to it, I'm sure. There's also a staircase that way as well. So yeah, so hopefully these creatures won't be too difficult if they don't scale a level. So we can just clear this out, get some XP. There's 6 of us, well, 7 including the wolf. I've not done your thing again, have I? Aggressive, defensive. Not yours. Well.
What is it?
I might not even get any XP at this point, actually. Like, I might actually be too high level to get experience points. But, it ain't gonna stop me from trying. Like, I've wanted vengeance on these things for a while now, so...
What is it?
This isn't going as I hoped.
Wow.
I'll give it a try, as requested.
I'm not even mad. That's my own fault for not checking for traps.
Yes.
Ready, Watcher.
Yes.
If I bring everyone in here, I won't be able to get this thing either.
Well,
How much damage have I done with this now? 57. Like, that's not too bad.
yes.
I should have known that was going to happen. +9 will, that's not bad.
I'll see what I can find.
What's this?
Yeah, one more injury could have killed us, so... Hmm.
I shall be discreet.
Keeping an eye out. So much for you.
Anything to just go to the scouting mode? Ah, there we are. Nice. Okay. So then we really have like cleared out the majority of this place. Yeah, I can't even get XP because I'm too high level. So at least, okay, but we've learned something valuable there. But we can still loot things. We can still get loot. So it's not all bad. But clearing things out for the sake of doing it doesn't really prove us valuable. And it's not bad. I think you should still get some XP. But, you know, because at the end of the day, you are spending time to do it still, you know. And I'm someone who absolutely values time. You know, if you're going to put in the time to do something, however unoptimal it is, you should still get the reward for it, you know. Because time is the one thing you cannot get back. Yeah. It's like even in like the Elder Scrolls games where the whole thing of like doing, you know, like repeating actions to level up your skills. You could just fight mud crabs or rats, but you can still level up your combat however high level you are. It's just going to be even slower, but you still level up. You know, it is diminishing returns, but you are still getting the returns though. You know, I think that's the key thing. I don't like when games just say no, you can't get any more XP for doing this thing. You can't get any more from doing this thing, however comfortable you are. So yeah. Chancellor. Lord Rodney, what brings you back to Brackenbury? You sent a missive. No, I didn't. I received a missive from you. Chancellor says in invisible valence quizzically. As far as I know, nothing has changed regarding your rightful position of Caed Nua. You realize that the charred barrel has gone very quiet, and turn to see the last two patrons quickly disappearing through the front door. An hour later, a group of armed men and women strided to the tavern. Oh god. Oh dear. We're leading the group of armed. There was a cowl with a handle, keeping a hand on this load, took it to the pillow of another. You realize, you immediately recognize Caed's captain. Now that the sheep have been herded from their pen, you and I can conduct business. Unfortunately, maybe. Remember you? You were with Lord Gathman, the Careless. Godlike. And you, she grins. The whole essence of a god thing tends to be easily remembered. I must say, you wore it well. What do you want? Oh, I think you should know. Lord Gathman has ordered your death. He was a frown. A shame, really. I admire your exploits, even if only half of them are true. Sadly, I have my orders. Gathman will lose. You should work for me. But man is swine, albeit noble, lovely swine. Scale into a faint disgust. Were I to do it again, I'd have doubted I doubt I'd have taken him with him. But here, what's done is done. Lord Gathman is ruthless as he is arrogant. They go to great lengths to avenge a betrayal. A better life? What could you offer, sir, to make me consider such a risk? A better life. Serving an honourable lord. Benevolent 3. I've heard stories about you. They can't all be true, can they? She's silent a moment. Tells you your charity, your kindness. But I also see strength in you. But is that enough to best Lord Gathman? That gamble is too much for it to risk for my blood. Still, I think I can tell Lord Gathman that you didn't really take the bait and never showed up here. No need for anyone to die here, eh? She looks to her groups. They're under an agreement. Know this. The day will soon come when you must face the Gathman. I've lived this long by knowing which side to be on. Prove yourself on the battlefield, and who knows? Until meeting at Rodney. And she leaves. Well, that was unexpected. Ren emerges from beneath his table and smooths the rumpled sleeves over his robe. It does make the strange reports I've received from the grass make even more sense in context, however. Go on. Little Bedmar decided to keep an eye on Lord Gathman's activities. Gathman has hired in a lot more men recently, but for what purposes we can't say. I advise you take extra precautions at Caed Nua. You may be attempting to place spies or saboteurs within your walls. Be wary, Rodney. I don't think you've seen Lord Gathman's endgame yet. He swallows the rest of his ale and gives you a curt nod before heading to the door. Return to Caed Nua. Before I do, I'm going to start paying for some stuff. Well, or rather, I'm going to start selling some stuff to pay for it.
Keep you.
So what have I got in my stash that I can sell? So I've got no weapons. Let's be honest, I don't really need half of this stuff. I will maybe keep the breastplate, the plate armor. Max Endurance bones, okay. I'd be willing to get rid of some of these scrolls. I don't think these are going to be used for crafting. Because otherwise they'd be here, wouldn't they, amongst ingredients? Yeah, in fact, I'm going to get rid of all these. There we are. So I've got some money now to upgrade the keep. Which I think I'd better do. I could take prisoners during my travels with the dungeons, not bad. The Western Barbican. The barracks. Dungeons. Let's choose what I should go for, really. Or the Bailey. 2 days, yeah, okay. I'll pay for the Bailey's repair. But what I'm gonna do as well, I better rest up just in case there's an attack on the...
Gods keep you.
attack on the keep. So yes, we're getting further embroiled in the politics. That's another thing I like in RPGs as well, the politics. Yeah. One of my favourite moments in Baldur's Gate was actually like dealing with the politics of Sarevok and whatnot.
I don't know this castle's history, but I feel confident saying it must have seen better times.
Well, I wouldn't pay, so they set my crops on fire. When my boy tried to stop him, they knocked him over the head. He's alive, but he can't think straight no more. Your boy got lucky. My guards, both good men, were put to the sword after they surrendered. I paid those folks what they wanted, but they still took everything I had. There he is! Oh, at one point, and all eyes of the crowd turn to gaze towards you. Can I help you people with something? We don't need your help. We just want you to leave us alone. We want justice. Go on. You sent me old men to my farm to collect a crop tax, saying he was overdue. For me, it was the road toll. I've been travelling up and down this way for years. That's the first time I heard of such a thing. Other people crying, the crowd chiming with similar stories. What makes you think I sent these men? They said they're acting on orders from the Lord of Caed Nua. That's you. Those weren't my men. And who were they? They weren't no common bandits. If this happens again, it's not on my orders. You heard it directly from me. So I believe you. What we've lost. What about my crops? And my goods? And the families? And my guards? I could give them money. Like I say, I'll make these women pitch justice. You can count it. Oh, that's what, yeah. We appreciate that, but can you offer us any compensation? Just a little to help us get by, of course. I'll give him 1,000 copper pans. Most generous of you, my lord. The villagers nod and smile at you, trying their thanks to distribute the coins between them. We're getting through siege. That's not bad. Like removes inevitable thorn in every ruler's side, eh, Rodney? They're good people. I can't blame them for reacting that way. Your subjects are fortunate to have a leader that understands the compassionate side of nobility. But for now, they will have to wait. I have news about Lord Gethman. Discussing the Red Hall. Everyone curious ears. And whoever's leveled up, nice. Okay, so, yes, I absolutely want my law to go up, and I wouldn't mind my, survival. Mechanics, athletics. Athletics is good. Get more endurance per level. So the 500's not bad. Oh, hello, kid dokie. Nice. So, brilliant radiance. I just take burn damage. Aggrandizing, so it does less damage. Healing, no. No. interdiction, AoE, dazing them, which is their accuracy by 10, dexterity, perception, intelligence, or attack speed is reduced by 15, which isn't bad. It's not bad at all. All uses of my spells would be really good though. I want Brilliant Radiance, to be honest. Vessels take increased burn damage, but I don't know what vessels are though. It doesn't really even tell you. I actually looked this up on the wiki, and it's like it doesn't seem to actually tell you what vessels are. Like, there's a list of monsters, but I couldn't tell you what kind of category they are. So if it's successful, they're frightened, which does resolve things further. Let me just exit real quick. What are my second level spells? Because I could have, like then again, I actually can't get enough. Like, 4 per rest isn't bad. You know? I've got 10 spells I can cast before I need to rest. That's not bad. So I don't really need that. Okay, what else have I got? Enemies engaged. Unstoppable. Body control. Cautious attack. Modal. Okay. Graceful retreats. What are these ones? Not bad. The implements. Huh, okay. Ghost Hunter. Sanctifier. Interrupting blows. Interrupting a damaging attack. I like the idea of that, to be honest. Interrupting blows, but I think I should really go for like the class specific stuff first. So, allies gaining accuracy bonus of the priest, Holy Radiance. Actually, I'm gonna go for that. Accuracy. We can always benefit from actually hitting targets.
As you wish.
It was a big thing in like World of Warcraft that the idea of like there was this thing called reforging, and the idea was you could change the stats on a weapon. Basically, what you had to do is before you could actually do anything you really wanted to, you had to make it so your abilities, your chance to hit was absolute max. But the thing is, going over it was bad because you didn't need to. Because otherwise you're just wasting money and points that you could put elsewhere. But if you didn't have 100% hit chance, then basically a shot that misses does 0 damage. It tanks your DPS, so there was no point doing it. And And basically, it's like they got rid of reforging at the same time they got rid of the hit bonuses, like the hit thing. So now every attack is an automatic hit if you're in range and all, and line of sight and all the rest of it. But basically, it just absolutely ruined it because like it was like you had to do the reforging before you could do any of the other fun stuff. But when they got rid of the hit stuff, they also got rid of the reforging, so then you kind of just had to deal with the weapons that you kind of had. It's like it wasn't very fun. Knockdown gets a greater use. Rapid recovery, boost the fighter's hardness. I could do that, but what else have I got? Weapons and shield style, deflection. Shield deflection also applies to reflex. Okay. I think I'll go for weapon and shield style. This time, yep. So if I take away his shield. If you look here, the deflection and reflex, that just goes up dramatically. It applies to his reflexes as well, so that's really good. In fact, you know what? I'm using this shield. I'm probably going to be using it for a long time. I will enchant it. So now there's additional 4 deflection. So now, on a 100-sided dice, an enemy has to roll 75 or higher to basically get a guaranteed hit. Yeah. And with weapon and shield style, they also get it to apply to their reflexes as well. So any deflection they get is basically from shields. It's going to now apply to them. It's pretty good. I'm liking it. So yeah, tanks like sword and board is my favourite way of playing in a game. Rodney? I've received word that Lord Gathrin is amassing an army of mercenaries near Yenwood Field. It appears that peaceful claim to Caed Nua is no longer possible. The Earl is sent me to aid you in forming your own force to counter this threat. I am here in an advisory role only, of course. The Earl won't officially take sides in this dispute. Why won't the Earl officially legitimize my claim? It is a delicate situation. Legally, Lord Gathrin's claim is just, and he knows it. Stripping land and title from an noble family is quite dangerous, perhaps more so than killing the man outright. With Gathrin dead, the Earl only need to worry about the blood vengeance from family members that actually cared for Lord Gathrin. Those, if court gossip is believed, are far and few between. Losing a family claim to the land and title, though, such disputes incite hatred from the entire clan and their political allies, not to mention the unease it causes among other nobles. What's the start of less? No, if Gathrin is to be denied, it will be you who must prove your legitimacy to the Earl and all others who dispute your claims. This is what it means to be noble in the Deerwood. If there's anything else you wish to know, please ask. Let's talk about my army. Martial nods. Where am I getting my troops? I've sent out a call for volunteers from the lands around Caed Nua. Hopefully, people will realise that being under your rule is preferable to that of Lord Gathrin's. Any hirelings stationed at Caed Nua will also accompany you to the battle, so I suggest you acquire as many of them as possible. What's the status of my regular troops? 2 green and 2 few. If you're up against Lord Gathrin now, losses will be heavy. However, victory is still possible. I need to recruit veteran troops. I know of a company or two of veterans that will be willing to join you for a bit of coin. I'd say 10,000 copper should cover the expenses. I don't have them much at the moment. What special allies do I have available? None of them I have, I'm afraid. It may be possible to find an ally in Defiance Bay among the Knights of the Crucible. The dozens, or if it's really desperate, House Dominal. Also have rumours of the Falls of Red Sirens currently in the White March. If you find your way that far north, perhaps you can sway someone to join our cause. How much time do I have? Enough. It's rumoured Lord Gathman suffers a series of unfortunate and completely unforeseeable setbacks before his army is complete. Still, I'm not very long. I have a fortress with strong walls. Why not let Gathman's army come to me? Lord Gathman isn't fool enough to risk tearing down Caed Nua just to kill you. And if you shield yourself behind these walls, you'll have free reign to torment your subjects in the countryside. Well, Madam, I will see that your inaction against Lord Gathman is a sign that you are willing to perform your duties as Lord of Caed Nua. Using his support will have dire consequences. Taking the fight to Lord Gathman is your only option.
How may I help?
Let's level up. And now we can learn another spell. And look at that, we don't need to learn that many more spells because we bought them all. Merciless Gaze. Turn hits to crits. It's over a minute. Ray of Fire, Combusting Wounds. That's really nice. Sickened characters. Terrified. So I get to cast faster at the cost of my own health. Draining Touch. Forward, yeah, I'll reduce enemy speed. And, okay, we've got some more stuff here, let's have a look. Penetrating Blast, concentrates the power of blast against with the target's damage reduction. Nice. I can do another one per... bonus use of spells. I'll go for Penetrating Blast. Bypasses their damage reductions. Very basic spell. It's counter, that sort of thing. Okay. Okay, that's not bad. So. Very charmed. Okay. Can charm enemies. So these are the invocations. Let's spake, I'll catch up and final. Summon 2 will-o-wisps. 3 worms. Paralyzes enemies. Override stun, sick and prone. So many good things here I could choose. I could go for the healing one. Charm them. I'm yours. It's about half of enemy, or reduced capacity, speed, accuracy. Yeah, character can only have one charmed affliction at a time. You always display one present. 12 seconds, not bad. It's always good to moralize. Paralyzed, yeah. And additional. Yeah, so, okay, so I don't actually have anything here in particular. Oh. I can actually go for a very basic class ability. In fact, no, what I'm going to go for is offensive. Is it here? So I've got marksman, gunner. Yes, reload speed, faster reload speed. I'll go for that because this guy is using exclusively firearms. All I need is lost bandits. Down, okay. Okay. Flames of devotion, 25% damage. Burn. Critical focus. Hits converted into crits. What else have I got? Hmm. Let's go about the class stuff, I'm not sure. Yeah. Yeah, provide buffs.
What is it?
How long we're recording? Yeah, I think I'm gonna call it here. The Battle of the Embered Field. So, Caed Nua.
What is it?
Needs defences. So I need to build my fortress. In fact, I think I know what I'm going to do actually. Leveled up a little bit. I think in the next part we might actually do some of the endless paths. So the endless paths are the mega dungeon beneath Caed Nua, my citadel. And there might even be a little bit of loot. And it'll be a nice change, lots more combat involved. And then we can do some other side quests as well. So yeah, they do get progressively more difficult. I think it's like 50 levels as well. That'll be fun to see. So yeah, and hopefully I'll have something to talk about in the meantime. But thank you ever so much for watching. Take care. This is Daphne.